Hello and welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be around how to teach your toddler to swim. Quick disclaimer before I start, I am just a mum. I am not a swimming instructor. I haven't done swimming professionally. However, I am a good swimmer. I did classes when I was in secondary school and primary school. I am comfortable swimming in the open sea, and basically I am just going to teach you what I've learnt in the toddler swimming classes and also some of the useful skills for swimming and getting confident and comfortable that I've learnt myself. We are based in Essex in the UK. It's just on the outskirts of London, in case you're wondering, and basically there's something called centre parks where you go out into a forest cabin kind of place, but it also in the centre has lots of restaurants and things to do, like activities, but also a huge giant indoor swimming pool with lots and lots of slides as well. So basically that is somewhere where we are going in the next couple of months, and somewhere that we went last year as well. So it's something that we love to do as a family, and therefore I wanted my toddler to get comfortable and confident in the water so that we can have a nice time. Apart from that, we also go abroad and we like to go to the beach and things like that, also outdoor swimming pools. So I personally found these toddler classes and these skills that I'm going to teach you today really handy and really useful. Amazing. So if you like this video, please do give me a thumbs up. Do subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of this kind of content, especially for toddlers, mum hacks, clean with me's and things like that. So I'd love to have you with us. Tip number one, in my opinion, would be simply getting confident in the water and not being afraid to dunk their heads in. So not only is it great to get them used to not being in a panic if they're submerged in water, and this is actually something that I used to practice in the bath with him as well. So not only in the swimming pools when we did the baby classes, but also at home. So it's just dunking them for a second or two in the water, but to give them a little bit of notice is a great idea. So something that we did in class is actually go 3, 2, 1 dunk. So basically it gives them the opportunity to understand that that means that going to put their heads in and that they shouldn't be breathing, they should close their eyes so that it's a little bit more comfortable. But it's just getting them confident with the water, and as I said, it's something that you can practice inside the house and not just by going out to a public swim. Something that's related to that, and actually something that my friend recommended, is getting them to blow bubbles under the water. So that is a great way to get them from not breathing under the water, but the opposite, making sure that they're always breathing out, and it's something that they do without realizing after a while, because it's just something that they've practiced and learned to do, that when they're under the water they're just blowing bubbles and they're breathing out rather than in. So that was 2 super quick things that you guys can do already. The next thing that I would recommend is actually holding the chest and the shoulders of your baby, of your toddler, to get them swimming and confident at the top of the water, and then getting them to kick. So I would usually go kick, 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 to get them to just move their legs and arms, just to get more confident and understand how to start swimming. But the more you say kick and the more they are doing it right, the more they're going to do it themselves. Recently I found that my son is so confident under the water that I actually sometimes cheekily would let go for a couple of seconds, see if he can kick and use his arms to move up towards the surface of the water on his own without me needing to support him too much. But obviously when they're very small, please make sure that you're supporting their top, especially their head. So the chest area is perfect of you holding them, but that's just to make sure that the head is always above the water. A great life skill, especially if you are around pools a lot, indoor pools, outdoor pools, is to get them to hold on to the side. So from a very small age in the classes, they taught us to get their hands onto the side and get them to climb up and out themselves. So first you start off by putting their little hands on the edge and then getting them to like push themselves over. So first you obviously support them as much as you can. You get them to then move their arms and hands and elbows onto the edges, and then you get them to use their knees up to like crawl up the side, just so that they are able to get out of the pool, because you never know, there might be some accidents where they might fall into the pool. So it's a great way to keep them safe if for any reason you might not be around to do so. So it's a great life skill that I definitely would recommend. On the flip side to the kick, kick, kick and holding their chest, you can actually support their head, the back of their head, when they're kicking and they're looking up. So basically when they're on their backs on the water, they could place their head on your shoulder as you are saying kick, 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 but they're kicking upwards this time and moving backwards with you. So you can move back with them. Obviously you can support their back, support their shoulders and their arms, and making sure that that head is above the water whilst the rest of their body is in the water and they're kicking as well. So once again, it's a great way to get them to get to know the motions, get confident to be able to actually be on their backs when they're swimming. But the other thing is, once again, when they get a little bit older, you can then start letting go for a couple of seconds to see whether they float themselves on their backs, because that's a great life skill as well. When somebody falls in, the first thing that you should know is actually that you can float on your back if you need to survive. You might be able to see that actually my son doesn't like this one very much, so I do have to encourage him as much as possible to be on his back. He'd rather be on his front, but it's something that we can keep on learning, and I hope that this is useful to you guys as well. The next thing I wanted to talk about is supports for swimming. So armbands, floats. The other thing that we had, which was really good, especially when he was very small, is like armbands that's connected to like a chest float to keep him upright. So this was a great way for us to go swimming last year, just before his 2nd birthday, where he was able to swim on his own without us needing to support him. It's great when it's like a public swim, lots of people, and if you're just trying to like chill out and have fun, relax. But what I'm gonna say is, if you are teaching your child to swim, the best way to teach them to swim is without floats, without armbands, so that they don't require that support to be able to swim or to get confident or to practice in the water basically. But on the other hand, I do think that they definitely have a space and lots of fun, that you should probably have a mix of things so that they get used to the different items and how they can support each other, because the floats are useful as well, especially like we had or have a flat one. You can either hold on to it and then kick, 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 and you can use that for practicing that motion, or you can, for example, like sit on it or lay on it just to have fun. So it's basically around just exploring the different things that can actually be really fun and really helpful at the same time. I think that's mostly it, but one last thing that I want to mention is the fact that it's confidence through practice. So we go to public swims nearly every weekend these days, because we know it's in the run up to going to Center Parcs or going on holiday. We want my son to be very confident actually in the pools and around water, and as you can see, he absolutely loves even just cannonballing in, like jumping from the side and into the pool, because we're having fun and we are always catching him. Don't worry, we don't just let him go down there and like stay there for a long time. We actually catch him. But after a while, he's getting more confident and actually doesn't want us to catch him, which can be a little bit scary. So that's why floats are perfect. But basically what I'm trying to say is that the more you go, the more you practice. Obviously, I'm not saying go on holidays all the time, but I'm saying you can go to like public swims, which is an indoors for us. And basically you can even practice stuff at home too. As I've mentioned, you can do a couple of things actually in the bath itself. So yeah, definitely practice, practice, practice to get a good little swimmer. So I hope that these tips was really useful to you guys. I know that's been like so useful for us as well. It's life-saving skills that just I believe everybody should know, just in case, like not just swimming, but obviously around beaches, any types of water, God forbid, any flooding around where you live. But yeah, basically what I'm trying to say is that I hope that these skills are really useful to you guys, and if you think of anything else, I'd love to hear about it. So do comment down below and let me know if you teach your kids something else so that they are good swimmers as well, especially if they're around that toddler age. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that I'll see you guys next time. Bye.